eating begins at the supermarket tour. This tour is suitable for anyone of any age who is interested in knowing more about food label reading and healthy eating. Join us as we take a trip around the supermarket and explore how to read and understand food labels. It will also help you to make healthy choices in the supermarket and provide tips for when you do your grocery shopping. This virtual tour will help you use the nutrition information on foods you have at home and foods you purchase in the supermarket to make healthy food choices for you and your family. Today you will learn about fruit and vegetables, breads and cereals, meat, dairy products and extras. Feel free to pause or rewind the DVD at any time. Healthy food habits start with healthy food choices at the supermarket. Shopping in the supermarket can be a daunting experience if you don't know what you're looking for. So, where do you start? You may have noticed many food products have a nutrition information panel. Most food products in a packet must have a label, and you can use the label to find out a number of things. Unless you have a good understanding of food label reading, it may just all seem like words and numbers that do not mean a thing to you. Let's have a look at the panel in more detail. When you look at the panel, there are three main columns. The first column on the left normally lists energy, protein, fat, carbohydrates, dietary fibre, and sodium. These are the main things to look for on the panel. The next column, which is in the middle of the panel, displays the amount of those listed in the left column per serve. The last column on the right-hand side lists the amount of each in the food per 100 grams. Energy in should balance energy out. Protein is good for maintaining muscles. Fat is broken down into total and saturated fat. Saturated fats are considered unhealthy fats and should be limited for heart health. Carbohydrates are the main energy source required by our bodies. Sugar is a carbohydrate and in the panel refers to both naturally occurring as well as added sugar. Dietary fibre is good for bowel health. Sodium is contained in salt. Ingredients lists are also useful to look at when you want to know what is in a product. Packaged food that is sold in Australia is required to have an ingredients list on it. They are sometimes difficult to find or in the creases of packages, but they will be there. Ingredients within the list are listed in order from the heaviest ingredient to the lightest ingredient. To check if a food product is high in a particular ingredient, check to see if the ingredient is towards the beginning of the list. This is the ingredient list of a baked beans tin. Notice the ingredients in the list: beans, tomato puree, water, sugar, maize thickener, salt, and natural flavour. Do baked beans contain more beans or tomato puree? If you said beans, you are correct. Good job. What is the difference between serving size and per 100 grams? Serving size is decided by the food company. However, each brand can have a different serving size, and this may not be the same amount of the product that you would eat or drink. For example, some products only list half or a quarter of the packet as a serving size, when we would consume the whole packet. For this reason, it is important to know how much of the food you eat compared to the suggested serving size. For example, when looking at this serving size of cheese, which is one slice at 21 grams, ask yourself, Would you only have one slice of cheese, or would you have more? Therefore, when you look at the nutrition information panel, you would need to multiply the serving size by the value of however many slices you had. Per 100 grams is a way in which to compare similar products fairly, as you are comparing the same amount of products. Food labelling symbols are a good way to quickly identify products that may be healthier choices, including the Heart Foundation tick and the lower GI symbol. Products displaying these symbols are healthy choices. However, some products without the symbol are also healthy choices, so it is important to read food labels. Nutrition content claims are often on products to promote them. An example of a nutrition content claim is the 99% fat-free statement. This can be found on packets of lollies. However, they may only contain 1 gram of fat per 100 grams, but lollies contain a high level of sugar that can contribute to weight gain. 99% fat-free lollies are no different to usual lollies. 3 to 4 lollies is the same energy as 1 slice of bread, so be careful about your choices when snacking. These nutrition content claims can be a good way of identifying lower fat options between food products, such as between cheeses. Some cheeses can be around 30% fat or higher. A 92% fat-free option would mean the cheese contained 8 grams of fat per 100 grams. This is significantly lower when compared to the standard cheese, which has 34 grams of fat. However, sometimes these nutrition content claims can be used as a clever way of promoting a product and as an advertising advantage. In the case of yogurts, most only contain around 4 grams of fat per 100 grams, and a nutrition content claim of 96% fat-free may not be highlighting a better yogurt to choose, as there's no real difference in fat. That is why it is still important to check the nutrition information panels on products, as well as looking at these nutrition content claims. Let's take a look at fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are an important part of a healthy, balanced diet. These can be fresh, frozen, or canned. All are good options. However, some are better. Keeping the skin on fruits and vegetables helps to increase dietary fibre, which will help keep you regular. Frozen and canned vegetables are a convenient and inexpensive way to add vegetables to our daily meals. And frozen vegetables are just as nutritious as fresh. Canned vegetables are very convenient, but can be high in salt. If available, choose reduced salt varieties. It is also important to be aware that canned fruits are often stored in syrup, which is high in sugar. Therefore, selecting canned fruit that is in natural or unsweetened juice is a great option. But if not possible, drain the syrup from the fruit canned in syrup. Here is an example of one of the differences between canned and frozen vegetables. In this example, we have canned corn in a tin to the left and frozen corn in a bowl to the right. Which do you think would be a better option for you? Take a look at the sodium levels. If you picked the frozen corn, you are correct. Remembering that sodium is often referred to as salt, the sodium level in the canned corn is 205 milligrams as compared to the 2 milligrams in the frozen corn. Frozen or canned varieties of fruits and vegetables are a great option when you don't have access to fresh varieties.